Hey, good morning, everybody. It's early morning to LALATE. How was your Monday? Did you have a good Monday? I hope the Monday didn't crush it. I hope you crushed the Monday. Well, it's time to crush the Tuesday. And guess what's happening then? Boy, Monday evening really hit hard on stimulus check. If you did not catch evening's check last night, which some of you may not have, there were major developments, and they were all really good news. Republicans, Democrats, House, Senate, all came out and said, what is this junk you're doing? You know, I've kept silent about your hairstyle for a while, but finally I speak up about this stimulus check. They said, what is this thing you're doing? It needs to have a stimulus check in it, or I'm just not going to vote for it. And they made it very loud and clear. They didn't say just that. They said, I'm not going to vote for it. I'm going to urge a shutdown, and if you try to get a vote, and if you do get a vote, I'm going to get the president to veto it. You think that's a little bit emphatic enough? I think that's a pretty strong statement. I mean, I haven't heard a strong enough statement like that about anything since someone said, "What the hell did you do with your hair, Nancy?" It's a Tuesday morning. Big developments about your second stimulus check and second stimulus package across the board as the push underway to get that stimulus into the CR of the Congressional Budget Bill makes a lot of twists and turns, and I'm going to sort through them as one senator in particular is trying to pitch you some snake oil by claiming that something's happening with the White House and it's not, trying to say something's happening with Congress and it's not, and needless to say, the fellow senators saw what he was doing and they crushed that as well. It's a good morning. I'm so glad you joined me. It's early morning to LALATE, the 6 a.m. edition, and this is Tuesday morning. Hey, good morning, everybody. It's early morning. It's a 6 a.m. edition. I'm so glad you joined me. How you doing? It's a good day. Thank you for the nice comments. Hope you're good and safe. And boy, if you've not subscribed to this channel, please do. Because this is an incredible community where people try to help each other. I try to help you. And I'm getting you money right now. Not 5 days from now, not 5 weeks from now, not 5 months from now. I'm getting you money right now. And what's important to understand is that literally in the last, I would say 24 hours, I told you on Monday that yesterday was going to be a big day in which states are going to have new free stimulus. Yeah, they did. They really did. And if you missed it, that's why you guys subscribe, because I'm going taped, I'm going live. Volunteers are helping. People are coming from this channel and helping other people. It's an incredible community of people getting money for one another, helping to get this money. It's money you're owed. It's money you're due. So please subscribe. Go to the first channel, hit that subscribe button, and also hit the alerts so you don't miss a new video when a video goes live. Meantime, also like this video. It really helps the algorithm rankings. If you're tuning in at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time when the show debuts, then on the side is a bunch of people talking about me. They're always talking about me. Can't you talk about someone else? It's an early morning's premiere. This is an instant premiere, and as that, it's enhanced viewing experience, which allows you to chat with your power friends while watching me. And it's only available on the 6 a.m. and 6:30 edition. It's continued again on the 6:30 show, 15 minutes after the show. It's great because you can wake up with the same family every day, whether they're in Tennessee or Alaska or Nebraska or Montana, and say, hey, I saw you yesterday in the chat. How you doing? What happened with your friend? And, you know, did you save me some bacon? So chat along and let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news as you sit here today is that, wow, last night was just like an avalanche of support for stimulus checks. I had told you on, I think it was maybe Saturday, maybe it was Friday last week, I said the major thing that I was worried about was getting the message out loud and clear to support a stimulus check and the stimulus package. And when Joe Biden said that he supported, that was still in play. That was his exact words, in play. The $1,200 stimulus check was still in play. I said, that's really good, because now we have one major voice saying that. Let's just hope we get the momentum rolling and just doesn't sort of die there. Well, then came Bernie Sanders, and then came AOC, and then came Josh Hawley, which out of Missouri, the Republican out of Missouri, didn't just say it, in a tweet and then just, go out to lunch and, oh, I wrote a tweet, that's enough. Oh, no. He took it another level. I just like, okay, thank you, Josh, thank you. He took it another level. Hashtag support Josh is what I posted yesterday. He went to the President of the United States about it. I think that's another level, yeah. He went to the President of the United States about it. I said, what's going on here? Why is there no stimulus check in here? And the President said, well, I'm really surprised by how other people are dealing with the situation. Who's the other people? Mitt and the mitten. Mitten. The problem creators, Tom and Jerry, if you didn't see their cartoon, now they're doing bells. The problem creators, Mitten and the Mansion, are just making a debauchery of mathematics by saying, oh, we didn't include a stimulus check because there's no money for it. Oh, we didn't include a stimulus check because we go to a budget. Oh, nothing they say makes sense. It's like, okay, So Josh went to the president and said, hey, President, what do you think about this? Oh, well, I support Mitch. And what's important to understand is that this is where we are today. Where we are today is we have one guy who loves publicity, and I don't mean Chuck Schumer. I mean this guy, Cassidy, out of Louisiana. I mean, where'd they get this guy? He literally appeared on news corner channels everywhere to say this about the president, wrong, untrue, this thing about the Congress, wrong, untrue, and this thing about the bill, or proposed bill, all wrong and untrue. The real situation is the following. The president is supporting Mitch McConnell, and the Mitch McConnell is supporting the president. They specifically both said that from their own words in the last 2 days, that they're only going to do what one another is going to do. Mitch went to the president before this whole thing started and said, you know what, we're going to do this as a team. You tell me what you want to do. I'll do what you want to do. Ultimately, you have to vote on the bill. If you don't vote on the bill, you're going to veto the bill. So Mitch and the president are working hand in hand on this. Then, on the other side is a whole bunch of people, problem creators, Mansion, and then Cassidy, when he was in the Partridge Family, doing this thing, and no one's supporting it. No one is supporting it. So Republicans and Democrats, Senate and House, are saying stimulus check in this. Now, here's where we are today. It's the 8th. It's the 8th of December. The bill has to be finalized by December 11th. They have done things in the 11th hour, but I've always said to you, they got to get this done by about today or tomorrow. If not, they're going to get into a bind on time. Mitch McConnell on Monday night said, you know what, we may have to extend this for a week. I don't like extending this for a week. It has nothing to do with you, but it does have a economic impact. The economic impact is you would get the stimulus check after Christmas if they get this done this way with a stimulus check in there. The routing times are 10 days after something becomes law, so December 11th was supposed to be the deadline. It means the law will be December 11th. 10 days after that, December 21st. Okay, you add 7 days to that, December 21st is December 27th, 2 days after Christmas, which is like, come on now. But that's really tight because here you go. Eviction moratoriums expire in December. Mortgage forbearance expire in December. PUA expire in December. UI expire in December. So what they are agreeing upon is extending UI and PUA. They are not agreeing upon anything else. And ironically, what they don't want to tell you is, and this is not coming from the stimulus check supporters, but from the news reporters, is that the problem they're having with this is not the stimulus check, but Mitch McConnell's liability insurance provision. He has a provision in there that says you can't sue anyone if you contract COVID in their business. Well, no one has wanted that provision, which he's been pushing on everyone since May. I don't know where he got this thing, but he really, really, really wants it. And everyone really hates it. And they say no every single time. And that's why everything he's done has died. Well, what is my prediction about this? My prediction is if he's going to go to the mat about this provision, which before he has done, well, it's going to die again. And last night he says, well, maybe we'll do an extension of the deadline. Extended for why? Because a provision that no one likes is going to die again. So here's a new variable that may come out today, and you're hearing it for the first time this morning. It's very possible that the CR will get passed as a CR with no stimulus. Because if they can't even agree upon this liability provision, then what hell are they doing anything else with the negotiations? If they're going to go to the mat over a liability provision, which I guess the president supports, that will never go to a vote unless the liability provision's in there, then ultimately the stimulus check is sort of a not a big deal anymore. What's important to understand is that there were two steps for you to get the stimulus check in here. One, to get the stimulus into the CR. We got that. Second, to get the narrative to get a stimulus check into the CR front page news. Oh, it's really front page news today. So you have Sanders, you have AOC, you have Warren, and you have two or three other major forces in the Senate and the House saying stimulus check. Then you have Republicans like Hawley that's meeting with the president, who presumably wants a stimulus check in there as well. And then you have all these other people who are coming out left and right that are saying, you know what, I'm not voting for this junk. This is a junk bill. And what's really important about this is not so much that, but that people now understand that when you look at it face to face, it's not what it's supposed to be again. You know, if you wouldn't admit that you're passing something for businesses and big businesses, okay, we're going to do something tomorrow for big businesses, I think Americans would respect that you are straightforward and forthcoming about it. But the fact that you're saying that this is something to help American families and American working families, it's not. There's nothing in there. If you're on SSI, SSDI, nothing in there. If you're a senior citizen, nothing in there. If you are employed, but you're not getting enough hours, so you're making, 5 hours a week, you have a job, but it's really bad and it's part-time, nothing for you. If you're behind on your rent and you're about to be evicted, nothing to protect you. There's no eviction moratorium. If you're about to lose your home for foreclosure, nothing in there. So who is this for? It's for Tom and Jerry, the problem creators. Have you seen their logo? It's really catchy. Problem creators. We create problems for you. The problem creators, Tom and Jerry, for New York and New Jersey, are wanting to do big things for big business. Well, congratulations. We don't want that. We want things for American people. And it doesn't require a Republican or Democrat to say that. It just requires someone with some common sense. And finally, Republicans and Democrats are seeing through this. It's important to understand that people represent constituents, and constituents are on lockdown. Constituents are losing their homes. Constituents are facing eviction moratoriums, and it's not a Republican or Democratic issue. Now, how about everything else in there? Well, FPUC, I don't see it happening. $300 a week from now for 4 weeks. That's not retroactive. I mean, what is that thing? I'm going to give you FPUC from now to mid-January. You have never taken care of my FPUC. You have never taken care of my FPUC. I don't care what political party you're with. It expired in July. You went on a vacation. How dare you? And now you want to say, I'll give you 3 weeks. How is that? That's sort of like, someone who's homeless on the side of the street is like, you want a scarf? And it has no clothes. You want a scarf? No, I'd like some clothes first before you give me a scarf. It's just ridiculous. It's so disrespectful. It's about as disrespectful as that bill that people were sending me tweets about yesterday or the day before. I'll give you a stimulus check if you take a vaccine. I just think that's so disgusting. Every time I hear it, I just think it's so disgusting. Not that I'm against the vaccine, just that I shouldn't have to get relief from my federal government unless I do something. And moreover, the other part is people who are not financially well off have to do something to get relief from the federal government where rich people don't have to take a vaccine. They can get in that PPP loan and get $2 million. Yeah, congratulations, you don't have to take a vaccine. So people are just sort of getting sick of this. And as the pandemic roars on, it's important to understand that I'm focused and you're focused as well. And the great news today is that states are focused really well. States are doing a great job. And in the recording right after this, I'm going to go over more about what states are doing. The big news is that states are announcing stimulus checks, stimulus grants, stimulus rent across the board. And then private charities are stepping forward as well. Meantime, I'll go over what's going on for your FPUC and your PUA and your UI and your escalated benefits. But what's important to understand as you start the new day is that, and you did a really good job of it yesterday, is you're going to see some fake narratives today about this congressional budget bill. The people you need to listen to really are the president-elect, and Mitch. And then anyone else after that is basically someone who wants to sort of pile on to one narrative. But if you hear, Cassidy, again, running his mouth somewhere, he's just one person. He doesn't represent much of anything. Ironically, of all the things that Nancy Pelosi said over the last couple months, that's very funny and sometimes outrageously wrong. The one thing that is interesting that she said was she never liked the problem creators. She never would meet with them. Remember my joke that she kept the door locked and she wouldn't let them in? Well, it was not a joke. She actually would not let them in. And she never wanted to talk to them. She thought they were unhelpful and ineffective. This time around, she's supporting them. But then the president-elect, Joe Biden's not supporting them. The president is not supporting them. So who's... What problem are they solving? I think they have a problem, and the problem is themselves. They literally have no one supporting them that has any rational brain cell involved. And so the good news as you start the new morning is that everyone's really clearly on focus about what you need. Stimulus checks, eviction moratorium, mortgage forbearance. So take these videos, tag them, share them with people on social media, and make it very clear that to the problem creators that we don't support their creation. This is not Transylvania. We're not creating Frankenstein here. They want to create Frankenstein, they could do it on their own time. Join me at 6:30 in the bottom of the hour, about 10 minutes from now, for the continuation of Early Mornings LA. It's a good morning. I'm so glad you joined me. And then join me at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time from Morning to LA for the continuation of the show with the big updates expected as Wall Street opens. And we have more updates about your stimulus. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, stay in LA for more.